Good morning, success with Dawn, Nicole, and
Demario.
Today is Thursday. Doesn't it seem like this week has just flown by?
I thought it was Monday when I woke up.
I know. I'm so glad it's not Monday. But today is Thursday, May 18th, one day after my birthday. And you guys are tuning in to Good Morning Success. So first of all, let me start off by welcoming you. We're going to give our viewers a chance to kind of gather and come on in. This is a daily talk show for the driven. So this is daily inspiration for the driven with Dawn, Nicole, and Demario. And first of all, thank you guys for the birthday love yesterday. We had such a fabulous time at the mountains. One thing I want to say is you never know how close you are to the edge until you back away from the cliff. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that profound?
Mm-hmm.
You never know how close you were to the edge until you take an opportunity to back away from the cliff. I say that because yesterday we went to the mountains of Asheville, right? And we were at some pretty high elevations, and I was videoing, and you can go on my page and check it out. But once I went back and looked at the video, I was like, oh my gosh, I was probably in danger. But anyway, so welcome to Good Morning Success. Demario has so much for you today. Babe, tell them a little bit about who we are, what we do before we jump into today's topic.
We are the dynamic What's Your Secret Sauce duo.
And what does that mean when we say What's Your Secret Sauce duo?
What's your secret sauce? Well, What's Your Secret Sauce is a new age tool for new age thinking that...
in a new era of relationship building and individual brand marketing. So we challenge everyone in the whole wide world. If corporations have a secret sauce, why not you?
Yes.
And our specialty is helping people to discover, develop, and market their secret sauce better than ever before. So that's who we are. That's what we do. To check it out, go to www.what'syoursecretsauce.com. Okay, so here on this show, let's explain the format of what we do each morning. You want me to do it, or you want to do it, honey?
Go ahead.
Awesome. So I just love that he just lets me have my way. So here on our morning talk show, Good Morning Success, we always start by talking about what we have on our agenda, and then we always ask you what you have on your agenda. This is kind of a safe way, I guess, for us to politic and help coach you all through some of the challenges of your day, whether it is doing some heads down work, whether you are negotiating a deal, whether you are stating your value proposition, whatever it is you have on your agenda, we want to talk about it with you. But we always start with what's on our agenda. So I'll go ahead and kick us off. Is that cool?
Yes.
Awesome. So really excited. Today at 9 o'clock, we are meeting with a good friend from a company. Good morning, Lindsay. Thanks for joining us today. We are meeting with a good friend who is over a major organization. I can't say which one, but it is a Fortune 100 company. And we are going to be introducing Secret Sauce to her to introduce to the rest of the organization. So we're excited about that. Then we have a coaching session. I can't say the name. Good morning, Jerry. Welcome to Good Morning Success, you all. Then we have a 2 p.m. coaching session. I can't say the name, but I'll be working with this individual to help get her business into the corporate sector as well. So we're putting together a corporate engagement strategic plan. How fun! This person is already a rock star in the small business world, but she is moving to the corporate sector for 2017, 2018, and we are going to help her do it with the corporate engagement plan. And then we go to something fancy. Where do we go? Well, actually,
no.
I'm sorry. Rewind. Then we're speaking this evening around 5:30 for Larry Gast and his group to veterans. We're going to be teaching veterans what's their secret sauce. So it'll be veterans. What's your secret sauce? What makes you unique? How do you translate those skills from the military into the civilian life and make it make sense? Good morning, Peter. Welcome to Good Morning Success. And then finally,
we get to go to the, what is the policeman's award show?
Yeah, but it's like the police banquet or the police ball. It's a black tie affair. So all that good stuff. So, right?
Yes.
And that's going to be a little bit later on today where we get to be fancy. So now
snoozing.
Yes.
With the boozing.
Well, Jerry, okay, so Peter, what do you have planned for today? Lindsay, what's on your agenda today? Jerry says, I'm networking with a brand VP from Dunkin' Donuts. I will slowly sneak the secret sauce in our meeting. You better do it. Listen, You better do
Monday.
it.
That's what's up, Jerry.
And Jerry, if you need a one-pager from us, because we actually do, I'm bringing a one-pager today to my meeting. I will email you that one-pager, my friend. It just breaks down at a high level how to use the secret sauce, when to use it, and who benefits. So,
and Jerry, whatever you do at this meeting,
oh goodness,
do not say Krispy Kreme.
Oh,
don't say
he
it.
Is not don't even say Krispy Kreme.
Don't say anything that starts with the letter K, because some people be sensitive about that stuff.
Of course, of course. You know what? Speaking of which, I think that's the reason why someone stopped contacting me. Actually, honey, there was a lady with extended stay, and I was trying to get her to come on board the tour that we're doing for women in technology this year, and I kept on saying Homewood Suites. I didn't mean it. I know.
God.
Listen, you know what I'm talking about.
I wonder what happened to that lady.
I think that's the problem.
You kept saying the wrong place?
Well,
the competitor?
Yeah, but the problem was that on my board, you know how I do the project plan? I had Homewood Suites.
That's like saying Motel 8 to Motel 6. You know, it doesn't... Well, you just messed that up.
I totally messed it up.
Boy.
And I wonder why she stopped contacting me. And I was like, I want to thank you guys so much at Homewood Suites for that. And she's extended stay.
That's like somebody calling us saying secret banana.
Yeah. Well, no, hopefully not.
You know.
Yeah. So
I want to know what the secret banana is.
Yes, love. Remember, Dawn. Yes. I do remember. Thank you. Thank you so much. Peter, what is on your agenda today? What do you have going on? Does Peter have anything going on today? Because, Peter, you're kind of quiet. So, Jerry, that's good. Jerry, let us know anything else that you need. We got your back. Lindsay, what do you have on your agenda today? And you know what? It's always the days that I think we're going to have some downtime to do, like, prep work and to work on the business instead of in the business, that it ends up being a very busy day. So, what are you working on today? I know you're doing some things with...
yeah, well, I got behind-the-scenes stuff, you know. It's probably quite boring to you.
Well, no, you can talk about the importance of it.
Creating.
Okay.
I'm gonna put out some business cards and things of that nature.
So for Kat and Terry, I think you're working on their stuff. All right. So Peter says finishing up on paperwork and follow-ups. That is great. Talk to us about how you guys manage your follow-ups. We used to have follow-up Fridays. And so Follow-Up Fridays was the day of the week, obviously, where we would pick up all of our leads from a week or 2 weeks out and just start making phone calls and touching base and thanking people for having taken our program. Peter, what is your method for follow-ups? Do you use an automated system, some kind of drip campaign, or do you just pick up the phone the good old-fashioned way? So connect with us on follow-ups. And then Jerry... I wanted to ask Jerry a question. Jerry, I don't know if you're still tuned in, but I think that's amazing how you got Dunkin' Donuts to even have the meeting with you. And not that you're not good enough, Jerry, but a lot of people struggle with getting key players, the right people in the room. So if you want to share any of your tips on the thread for our audience, feel free. We have some insight because we saw the Golden Corral CEO. He did a very great show, or not a show, but a workshop around how you can service a major corporation as an independent consultant. And that was really good. Mm-hmm.
You know,
what?
I was just thinking for a second. It was kind of funny.
Okay, honey.
So I wonder, is Jerry's meeting going to be at, like, Starbucks?
No. Jerry's meeting will probably be at his office or Dunkin' Donuts.
But wouldn't that be funny, though?
That would be funny.
The VP calls you and say, hey.
Let's meet at Starbucks.
I
seriously doubt it.
I really like their donuts.
I seriously doubt it. So listen, first of all, did you all do startup.com? Because remember, today was part 2 of our startup.com series. I need to know who went and looked at startup.com. Just to refresh your memory, I think it was yesterday. Awesome. Was it yesterday or the day before?
Yesterday.
I think it was the day before. I don't know. Okay, yesterday yesterday. Yesterday we introduced startup.com. So I will set the stage. If you are an entrepreneur, if you're thinking about starting a business, if you know someone who's thinking about starting a business, they must watch startup.com. Startup.com is like the rite of passage for business. There are so many lessons learned. It's a real story that happened in 2000 where they documented everything. A group of friends who are going to capitalize on the what would you say, the website movement. Y'all remember that whole Y2K movement where websites just
They're
weren't
being
working.
able to pay everything online. The automated process of...
From a government aspect, though.
Yes.
And so startup.com was a film that has went down in history as being the film to watch when you are looking to start a business or to teach. So we watched it. We totally dissected it. We introduced it to you all yesterday. And I know, Peter, you were going to watch it. Jerry, I can't remember if you were on yesterday. But anyway... So we started talking about some tips, and we said for the next 5 days, we're going to give some highlights to that movie, The Good, Bad, and Ugly. So yesterday, we talked about, what did we talk about? Them not being on the same page. We talked about their leadership being indecisive. They came up with a name for the business, right? These group of friends, they came up with a name. He was the leader. The main guy was the leader. And within like 2 hours after taking a nap, he decides to change the name of the business, right? Because some public person walking by was like, oh, I don't like that name. And he was like, I don't either. And so my first problem with that is I thought that that was not being a good leader when people can influence your decisions so easily. So that was the first tip. And then the second tip from yesterday was we didn't like that they weren't prepared for their capital investment meeting. So at this point in 2000, they had all these investors ready to back them because Silicon Valley had already proven, right, a viable track record, and these guys were seen as the next Silicon Valley. And so they had all these capital investors ready to put like $250,000 into their new business. It was only in the concept phase, and these two morons, I shouldn't say morons, that's so bad, but they go to the meeting ill-prepared. They did not have the attorney, they did not have what the counsel that they needed, and so they missed the opportunity. The people pulled the offer back for that capital investment. So we talked about that. Today, I want to talk about, here's the third thing that I'm going to mention. They were so hungry to seek out the capital, but they had not put in place how they were going to use the money. They didn't have a strategic plan. So they thought they were going to borrow money for this new startup so that they could bring on new employees, right? They were investing in the salaries of new employees. The problem with that technique, and I was so critical when we were watching it, is that you don't need to bring on new employees when you aren't sure what your product is yet. And so what happens is many entrepreneurs don't approach business in a project management capacity. They just go for it without really building it out as a project. So I will kind of give you some guidance here. When you have something that is new, concept phase, the first allotment of money is for research and development, meaning that could be 6 months, that could be 12 months. So what you have to do is you have to let these capital investors know that we're going to use this money to keep the lights on and to sustain a lifestyle while we're not making money yet. We are in research and development. It's going to take 4 of us to research the product, beta test it, right, to debug any defects, right? And so what happened though, and you guys will see when you watch startup.com, they got this money, they hired tons of people. Remember, their staff size was growing by leaps and bounds, and they weren't making any money. So on the inside, they were like starving and dying trying to make payroll, but they were making payroll for a group of people that they didn't even know what they were going to do yet. So you had people sitting around waiting to go, right? And what happened is the night they were going to launch the website, I think right before they found out it didn't work, right? Or it had all these bugs.
Yes.
So anyway, you got to watch the movie. We're going to be talking more about it this week. Startup.com is the movie you should watch if you are an entrepreneur, if you know someone starting a business, because it has lessons learned laced throughout it. Did you have anything to add for where we are with the Startup.com phase?
No. I was thinking about Peter.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Kat. Good morning. And good morning, Deborah.
Peter had a great question there, and I was actually really looking at that.
Okay. And then Jerry says, there's no reward without taking a risk. I was bold. They reach out to me on the project. I'm working with domestic violence. Oh, that's awesome. Jerry, I'm so proud of you. Peter says, you have any good ideas for bringing investors together as an event? Yes, we need to talk offline because that could go a number of ways, Peter. So let's have a conversation offline about how to make that happen. Actually, they do something here in Charlotte that's called access to funding or access to capital, where you end up with a bunch of investors in a room, but they position it like they are educating the audience. So it's like, hey, all of you guys come out from these banks or these financial firms and educate our audience of small business owners. So Peter, you could position it like an education seminar, and now you have them all in one room. You get me. Hi, Deborah. Good morning. Good morning, Kat. Okay, go ahead.
You know what? I was just thinking something that's from the movie, but I want to pull it out of the movie and make it a topic.
Ooh, pull it out, darling.
When in developing your business concept, your ideas, before you have, I guess, formed it correctly and tightened up all the bolts, do not invite your competitors in as a friend.
I was gonna say, okay.
I'm just saying.
No. That's good. That's good.
It's not a good thing to go out and brag and boast about your business before
you've made some traction.
Yeah. You know, because people like to do that. Oh yeah. Well, what we're working on is we're creating a napkin, this napkin is going to be able to soak up this when we finish the testing, and this napkin does this, and then you go out and do what?
So, and you could fail. So what happened? Well, now we have to set it up. To me, this is my favorite part. May I, darling? May I set it up? May I?
But I didn't want to give it away. Well, I'm just saying that you could.
I want to give it away. Well, I was going to talk about.
Want to give it away.
Well, the movie is long. There's a lot of good highlights. You guys were talking about
They might not even watch it now.
We're talking about startup.com. If you are a small business owner, if you know someone starting a business, heck, if you're a big business owner, that movie is the rite of passage. You don't end up in business without watching the mistakes, the lessons learned from that movie. It's a real documentary that was recorded in 2000 that had to do with a ton of friends. Yay, Kat, watch the movie, Kat. Then we're gonna. So, Kat, this is the part I want to talk about right now. This is so good. So, there's a part in the movie where very, very early on, these guys got cocky. Now, they got cocky without the proof of concept. You got to be very careful about that. Just because you have a good idea in theory, right? A theory is only a theory until it's been tested. Baby, where is the shaker? That is a shaker.
The shaker is with the camera.
Okay. All right, so listen. A theory is only a theory until it's been tested and proven, right? So what happened is, simply because this had not been created yet, right, these guys got so cocky because they knew it was good. They knew if they could pull this thing off, it would make history. And they would be right. However, it wasn't tested yet. So as a result, they had gotten so cocky, they had hired at this point maybe about 30 to 40 employees. And they had gotten so cocky about what the future holds, right, in a future state, that they were really feeling themselves. They were doing interviews. And so, Kat, I think if you watched it, you know what I'm getting ready to say. So what happened is they had gotten so bold, they invited a competitor. They invited a competitor to come into their operation, and it was super. He did it so cocky where he was like, "Yeah, this is our headquarters," and you guys
this is Bill over here. He creates this, and
So the leader of this group, okay, you guys got to watch the movie, but the leader of this group had his competitor come in, and he was showing his competitor the dwelling and the people, and here's how we do it. I know you have questions, and did you notice this? The competitor was really quiet. You got to watch this. This is so deep.
He's smiling.
Kat, do you remember this part? The competitor was quiet, right? He wasn't boastful. And see, this is what happened. You underestimated that competitor because he was silent. Sometimes you can be silent and mighty. You got to be careful, okay? The competitor comes in, and he was absorbing it all. And so the gentleman that was cocky, the main character in the movie, he was like really boastful, like, yeah, this is this. And actually, dude, I'm surprised you showed up, right? So you invite me, and then you insult me for showing up. So he says to the competitor, I'm actually surprised that you actually took me up on my offer and came here today. So the competitor said, well, why would you be surprised? I'm all about collaborating. I'm really just trying to learn you. He was very charming, very patient, very humble. And then all of a sudden, literally within maybe 30 days or less, they saw that competitor on television articulating and marketing the same model.
Because the competitor had already had the engagement,
right?
The
market,
the
he had
avenues,
the market,
the whole
he had
thing.
The advertising.
But as I was talking, because a song was playing, I couldn't even get my words out.
Okay, what's the song, honey?
It was Thieves in the Temple Tonight.
What song is that?
That's Prince.
Okay, honey.
Thieves in the Temple Tonight.
All right. So
you know what? You cannot.
Yeah.
Disclose your ideas to competitors.
You gotta be careful.
I don't know why we as business owners
why do we do that?
Find it as an insult when another business owner want us to sign a non-compete or a non-disclosure.
Yeah.
And we so candidly talk about our whole operation. Just get on the phone and just yap about your whole operation to the other person. The other person going, wow, ooh, that sounds great.
But you know what was really bad? Let me tell you what was really bad. This hurt my heart. Yeah, look at, so Kat said they made it so easy for the competitor. Yes, Kat, I got to say this part and tell me, you got to comment if you feel me on this. To me, two things I saw in that scene. For one, when he brought the competitor in, if you remember this, the staff was looking at the leader like, what are you doing? Yes. Right? Remember, the staff began to question his decision making because even the staff knew that this doesn't feel like a good idea. Then you fast forward a couple of weeks later, the whole office was like in the break room, the TVs were on, and all of a sudden they see the same competitor do some breaking news advertising, and the staff again was silent. They look at the TV and they hear this guy say, yes, I'm the first one to invent this website for government and my website. And so not only did he steal your idea, he developed it in a shorter amount of time, and he said, I'm the first one, and here is the website that's ready now, right? Exactly. Yeah, Kat, that's what I'm saying. The look on their faces were like, and no, but this is what I remember. The leadership saw the look on his team's faces, and he was like, guys, don't get sad on me now. This happens. It's okay. We're strong. You know what? This is flattery. Remember, he said something like mockery is the highest form of flattery or whatever. And the staff was like, dude, you did this. Your leadership is horrible. So it was real. Yeah, Kat, I was just going to say the look on their faces when they saw how hard they had been working and the competitor beat them to it, all because this dude brought them in the shop.
Well, the great question is, have anyone that's viewing right now has had a situation similar to where you shared an idea or a concept with a fellow colleague or someone, and boom, they came out with it?
Yeah. You got to be careful. You got to be real careful. So if that has happened to you, Peter, Kat, Jerry, Lindsay, if you're still on, Jody, I don't know. But the question was, and everybody who's just joining, we're referencing startup.com. This is the movie that we're going to be analyzing for the next 5 days. Have you ever been in a position where you shared your dream or your vision with someone and you look up not that long later and they are trying to implement what you said? I know I have. That's why I had to be very, very careful because I had to protect my ideas and stuff. And you know what gets tricky, and we talked about this, when I work with other people, because when I coach and consult, I'm so open about the tools that I use in the concept because it's my role to guide and teach. However, you have to be somewhat guarded about things that you want for your own legacy, you know, so you have to have that fine line of guiding people and giving them what they need, but not giving so much that you give away the farm. So it's really a fine balance.
It's a lot of people that have experienced that situation.
Okay, so AZ Johnson says, yes, I have been dealing with this. AZ, tell us what happened. If you can, type in the comments what happened to you. We are a fan of learning from mistakes. Kat, what happened to you? And Peter, definitely what happened to you? And this is why when we talk about our Grow Getters businesses on here, we're very quick to say copyrights, trademark, they own it. You know, it's serious business.
Well, you shouldn't always tell what's cooking in your kitchen.
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. Now, people can smell what's cooking.
Yeah, they can smell, but they have to guess what's in the oven. You know, you shouldn't candidly talk about your business while you are still developing your business. That's never a good. That's even for the leader. If you are following someone and they're doing that, you should really pay attention to it because it's not good to throw it out there.
Exactly.
Throw it out there in the universe and you haven't completely
finalized it.
Yeah,
or
you haven't balled it up and put it.
Well, the other thing that I don't like, so Kat, going back to the movie real quick, while you guys are typing what happened to you, and babe, are you keeping up with the time? Because I have a 9 o'clock I got to run to Valentine for. So, but while you guys are typing what happened to you, one thing that I will say about the movie as well, you guys got to watch the movie because we're going to be talking about it all week, startup.com. We're going to be doing lessons learned from that movie all week. You know what I don't like about leadership? I am not a fan of leaders who continue to look for validation by their staff, by the employees. If you remember, he did that all the time. Remember? And a leader needs to have the ability to be decisive. You need to be able to make a decision, and the decision needs to be around what's best for the team. And you are not supposed to divulge all of your moves, even to your team. No. There is I can always tell you about to get in. There is a group of people that's called your board or your advisors. Oh, Tammy, I knew Tammy. Tammy, you got to answer this. Tammy, the question was, have you ever had an idea that you shared with someone and someone came back and stole it? And I was just referencing you. I was like, Tammy has, but I didn't see you on yet. Tammy, welcome to Good Morning Success. Can you type in what happened to you? I was just telling people a little bit about you having gone through that as well. What you looking for, babe?
Well, they lucky I can't find a reference.
But look, so Kat says, I had an idea to help a studio and it was rejected, but the owner bought in someone else to do the same thing I had suggested. I hate when that happens. Kat, my question to you is, did you have that owner sign a non-disclosure and a non-compete? And sometimes you can have them sign it and they still will disrespect that NDA and NCC.
Well, we don't know when, sometimes we don't know when to break that out.
But I have advised before on when I did a whole series, and Tammy knows because we did this. It's probably time to do it again. But yeah, go ahead.
I'm just saying though, it's a very candid thing. Peter said, got too excited. It was people I trusted. That is the thing that I understand. People get excited about your business, and it just run on and talking about your business. But you have to be careful on who you're talking to. I'm saying that you don't have to be so private the way you keep, the zip lips type thing going on. But at the same time, be conscious of what information you're providing. Well, because I'm telling you, I'm building something. I'm not telling you nothing.
No. Let me tell you.
The validation thing. Ooh.
What, honey?
I know I'm gonna come back to it because y'all know I don't even.
No, we was ready. Go ahead. Hurry.
The validation thing.
Okay.
I think that is the overarching message.
Oh, people need to be validated, so they tell.
Look at what I'm doing.
Okay.
Well, I'm making a cup.
No, honey.
I'm the only one that made this cup.
Okay, but my point is, you all, is I knew a guy, and I still know him. He is a developer. He has an amazing project. He won't even talk to you until his greeting is, hey, how are you? My name is, here's an NDA. Now, if you're talking about puppies and kids in America, that's a different conversation. No NDA needed. But when you get ready to talk to him about business before the first hello, you are signing that NDA and non-compete. So, yeah. Just a great idea. It is a great idea. So, Tammy, I don't know if Tammy's going to be able to type in. She's probably typing now, but Tammy has a really, really her story inspired me to do an entire series on getting everybody ready with their non-competes and non-disclosures, and even sometimes working with a coach, having the coach sign a non-compete and non-disclosure for the things that you guys create together. I know I'll talk from my own experience. Sorry, guys. I'm getting a little notifications here. Good Lord, how many notifications? But I know for me, when I first started my business, I invested in a series of coaches, right? Because I knew I was going to be a master coach. And I believe that this coach who coached me, that I shared my great ideas with, went one day and I saw a product that was based on my Grow Getter concept, and I felt so betrayed. I ended up deleting and blocking, and I was going to actually have a meeting because I didn't know how to deal with that. Somebody was like, you should tell her what happened and how you feel. And I thought, well, she didn't care about that the first time. Why would she be considerate of my feelings when I tell her how I feel? So I ended up separating myself, and the lesson learned for me is, especially coach to coach, was have that coach sign a non-compete, non-disclosure for even what's created during that creative vision casting process. So
I'm from Lancaster, South Carolina.
You from where?
Lancaster.
Lancaster.
South Carolina.
Is it Lancaster?
Lancaster.
See, y'all know there's a way you have to say it.
Our non-competes and non-disclosures look a little different than the average.
And what is that? Are they on a napkin? Like, what are you trying to say?
No, they show up about 20 people at your doorstep.
Oh,
non-compete, non-disclosure. We ain't gonna even tell what we did to you that day.
Okay, honey, really? All right, so you guys, look, so I knew Tammy was typing. Tammy says, oh my God, I had someone to make camouflage and logo t-shirts for book launch, and she partnered with someone else with my shirt. The seamstress made skirts, and they sold it as a complete outfit, marketed, and you can touch the rest without, okay. marketed to stores, sponsored ads, you name it. It was selling like crazy. I had to rebrand the entire thing.
Wow.
And I remember this. Well, I remember Tammy's story, and it was Tammy's story that inspired me to do a whole crusade to help all of the business owners get their paperwork in order. So you remember that, Tammy? Remember, it was like almost 2 years ago. I helped, a lot of the business owners understand when they needed a non-disclosure, when they needed a non-compete, when was the right time in the conversation, and all that good stuff. So really sad, but unfortunately it happens a lot.
Yes, it does.
It's 8:30, boo. I got to get ready for my coaching. I mean, not coaching, but I have an opportunity to present What's Your Secret Sauce to the corporate market, so I'm headed to do that now. Guys, I love you. Keep talking on this thread. Please share today's thread. AZ Johnson writes, I just wrote a novel, short version, was in the process of working with a potential business partner, shared my ideas, population to work, turned around and used my same ideas, logos and shirts. Oh my goodness. With my ideas is so much. Oh gosh.
I'm doing a webinar.
Oh, you are?
Next month. It's going to be $59.99. And it's going to be this title, Shut Up Before I Buck Up.
What? Okay, we probably will do a webinar.
You're gonna. It's talking about shut up. In other words, don't be talking about my ideas before I buck up.
Yeah, but
it's something. We're gonna give it a different name.
No, but the reality is, in AZ Johnson's case, the real question is, when do I relinquish my trust to someone who's guiding and coaching me? That's why I was saying to my Grow Getter clients, we have to even make coaches in some cases sign a non-compete and non-disclosure that they themselves won't. Because you got to think, especially me, I have access to so many ideas. I help people develop them. You wouldn't want me to turn around and say, hey, that AZ was on to something. I'm going to go, right? You don't, obviously, you wouldn't want that.
I'm just going to respond to AZ saying, AZ says flattery and intimidation. Yes.
The highest form of flattery.
But I would say it like this.
I agree.
The person who made that sentence was the one that was stealing everybody's ideas.
Yeah. All right.
So, but anyway.
We love you guys.
We got to get up out of here.
We got to get up out of here. Love you guys. Until next time, stay on the grow. I ask you, share this video with someone. We're going to be talking about startup.com all week. Go to www.what'sYourSecretSauce.com. It's free right now to take the assessment that people will have to pay close to $57 for it in the future. Take it. Yes.
And thank you to everyone. Our videos have been reaching about 300 on average. I'd like to give a shout out to our camera crew over there at iPhones.
Yes.
And just all of you, just so much love. Yeah, the camera crew.
The camera crew is iPhones.
But anyway.
All right, love you guys. See you later. All right, this is the part that I always mess up. Here, just